I did a hypnosis session for the first time last week, and I'm going to tell you all about it. But first, I want to shout out the person who did the session for me. She's here on TikTok, actually. Her name is Daly. You can go check her out. I'm going to put her name down below. She has her own modality that she created. It's called Timeline Healing Hypnosis, and you can access your higher mind and ask pretty much whatever you want. So if you're into this stuff, you should go check her out and see what all she has to offer because, well, she's pretty great. Now, moving on to my experience. Like I said, this is my first time ever being hypnotized, so I didn't know what to expect. So I just kind of remained open to whatever happening. And I didn't really go in looking for anything specific, just whatever was most relevant to help me get to where I want to go. And I already do like my own journey work, and I've done like some guided meditations by other people, but this was different. And it's a lot easier when you have somebody to ask questions to pull information out of you. And although I was a little nervous going into it, it turned out really well. It started off with, her just kind of guiding me into a space where I was able to access a totally different part of myself. I felt like I was floating in space, and it felt really great and freeing. And then she asked me to look at my body and tell her what I saw. And I was a man, a short man, a strong man with big arms. That was the detail that really stuck out. And I had with me a weapon, something that I used for protection. It was like a club, one of those wooden bat-looking things with a bunch of spikes on it. And she asked me to describe the feel of the weapon, and the only thing I could come up with was dense. And I still haven't put my finger on it, but something feels super, super significant about the weapon itself. But then she got deeper and started asking me more questions. Something about if I had support from anyone, and no, I looked around, and what I saw in my mind was it was just me against the world, right? Didn't have any support. People in the town didn't really like people like me. But there was a significant person in that life with me, and it was this little girl that I had saved. Her mother, who was a witch, got killed by the people of the town, and they were also going to kill the daughter. But I got to her first. And then as we went further down this life, I found that the little girl ended up getting taken from me by the same people that killed her mother. And that left me very angry. And after that, I did whatever I could to get that little girl back. I was unsuccessful in that life, and I held a lot of anger within it. And even after I found out that the girl was not alive, I still went after the people who took her. All of the people. And I didn't stop until I was stopped with an arrow through the chest. I died with all of that anger and powerlessness and hopelessness. all to get back to spirit and realize it was all just a dream of sorts. And that I was right back there with that little girl. And what's the significance of the little girl, you might ask? Great question. It's also one that she asked during the session. And after I asked the little girl, what came out was that she's my goddaughter in this life. And immediately, tears started flowing. Now, after we got done digging into this life, she was asking my higher self some questions. And two of them were, what were the lessons or themes that I was exploring in that life? And why was that the life that we were shown? Why were we taken there? And the themes were loss, strength, and resilience. What a way to build those things, right? And then the why was because anger has been a theme that I have been working through in this life. And apparently that life is where it stems. So I have some healing to do within that life in order to move on and let go of some of the anger that I still hold inside. Oh, and also something that I found after the session was that something else that stems from this life was I don't know if I want to say fear. I guess there are some fears from that life. They're not the same as in this life, though. But surrounding being seen. Because in this life, I really don't like to be seen. And yeah, I haven't really fully gotten down to the reasons why until I started looking into this life. And I realized in that life, being seen meant death. So I needed that for survival. And I actually went back to that time and talked to that version of me and let them know that, it's nothing that they have to continue to hold on to. It was once needed, and now it is no longer. It is time to integrate, but remove all of the fear. So yeah, that was my experience for the most part. I absolutely loved it, and I would do it again. Actually, I will be doing it again in the future. Oh wait, listen to this. When I got done the session and I came and sat on the balcony, I turned on some music. The song Deja Vu by Tina Marie came on. And the part that stuck out was, if hate is on your mind and you can't give love the time, if anger is your friend, don't you know when you die you'll come back again? It's in the master's plan. You'll come back, woman or man. If your life is full of sin, don't you know when you die you'll come back again? How depressing is that? I thank God, I thank God, I thank God. I'm not coming back no more. I've been here before.